Okay, for this part, I would like to try it with you. Okay, for question number 7, between, again, algebra and trigonometry, algebra to trigonometry, the u should be the algebra part, and hence the dv part is sine x dx. We have to start from there before we can use this formula. So to get the du, we need to differentiate. Okay, so you get your du, whatever it is. And for here, in order to get the v, we need to integrate both sides. Alright, why don't you pause this video? Let me give you 5 minutes. Okay, try to solve this integral, question number 7. Okay, try it of your own before you compare to my answer. 5 minutes from now. So this is my answer. Let's compare. You have to start by selecting what is the u and the dv. Alright, and then to get to your differentiation value and your integration value. Okay, and then to use this question now in terms of the formula of the IBP, replacing it. But here, okay, as you are rearranging it, you can see that you are stuck with this integral of x cosine x. So I did it here. Okay, so this part that I highlight. Okay, so on how to solve for this part, do you see that we still need to use again the IBP, okay, integration by part. Between algebra and trig, we start with the u as the algebra and the remaining cosine x dx. Okay, so here I want to integrate this portion, the 2 I put it outside. Okay, so and again here there's another m1. Okay, selecting the u and the dv. This is a simple integration. We don't want to give so much mark for the a. So again, you need to do the integration by part to solve and to get to this answer. Okay, for this portion. And again, I don't want to put down so many a. And then you replace your answer there for this part. Okay, the 2 is outside over here. That's why I asked you to do it first. The integral of this sign is negative cosine, negative, negative. Then we get the plus. Right? Okay, and if my calculation is correct, that will be the final answer. So how many marks will this question carry? Over here we have 6 marks. Okay, so and notice that how I play around with the variable. Still I'm using u and v. Okay, for this case. Alright. Okay, next, last example. Okay, the integral of this question. The integral of t power 3 and e power t squared between algebra, t power 3, and exponent. Algebra and exponent. Algebra and exponent. The algebra comes first. So meaning, you have to start by letting the u to be the algebra and the remaining as the dv. Okay. Okay, and then try to get to your du. In this case, the variable is dt. And then to find the v, we need to integrate both sides. So the v is the integral of e power t squared. Okay, and maybe you have to use a simple u substitution. let's see what happened. Okay, let me give you 5 minutes so that you can fill the question. Okay, everybody pause the video. I will give you 5 minutes. Make sure you are able to integrate. You cannot integrate with two variables. So I do hope that you have tried this question 8, okay, just now, so that you can see the scenario, what happened, okay? So it's good to use LIET, okay? You start with the U being the algebra and the dv as e power t power square dt to get the v, integrate both sides, okay? And here I'm trying to use a simple substitution, okay? But yet here we are stuck. As we simplify this, the u as t square, okay, differentiate, we get the t as we have to replace dt as the y. There is still t remains there. So do you see that? We still have this t and y. So you cannot integrate with two variables. So in this case, you cannot straight away use the formula because you are not able to solve for the v. Right? So how? So how? When we are to integrate, we have to make sure that we can get the v, okay, before we can come to this. Okay, so here we actually have to adjust a little bit. So I'm going to erase all this. Okay, let's redo it again. So meaning our u being t square or t cube is not appropriate. Okay, let's erase this back and we'll try it again. Meaning our choices of a u is wrong. Okay, so the u. Okay, and when coming back to the problem that we had just now, okay, when we set the u to be the t cube and the dv to be e t power square, and in order to integrate, we need to substitute everything in terms of one variable. So if I say that the y is t square, in order to change the y, we need to have this t dt. Okay, we need this t dt. So here, we have to adjust a little bit such that in order to remain that t dt over there, so the u that I'm to take, I'm going to take only t square, so that the remaining of the question is the t power 3, t power 1, e power t square dt. We should do it like this. Why so? So that we need the t dt in order to change everything into the one term value. Okay, so then I think it's okay. So let's differentiate this portion du dt and again to t, right? So we can get our du. Du is 2t dt, right? As for this portion, we need to integrate both sides. So then we have a v, and then we have this integral of t e t square dt. Okay, so now it become nicer. Let me erase this. Let's do it together again. Yeah, how to solve this? We're going to use a simple u substitution. Let's say we call it as y here. Okay, the y is t square. And change everything in terms of a y. So 2t. So another way to say t dt. Okay, we need, when we are to change in terms of a y, we need that t dt. So as we substitute this value, t dt is now a simple dy over 2. And here we have e power, the y just now. Okay, now we can integrate because we are left with one variable. Okay, so let's integrate. So integrating e power x dx is e power x. Here we have our variable as a y, okay, plus a small c, or the c you can just put it down later on. Right, so the idea is you have to get that v and you have to be able to integrate. So we can solve the integration to get to that v, right? Let me erase this part. So next, let's solve the question now. So we have got the v and our u is only t squared. Okay, let's replace into the formula of our IBP. Okay, everybody, why don't you again pause this video, plug it into the values, and let's see we can have a similar answer. Okay, why don't you pause? I'll wait for you. Okay, fill out the numbers, fill out the variables. I'll give you 3 minutes. Simplify your answer. So let's compare answer. So here the appropriate u here is t squared in order for us to be able to integrate. Okay, here we are using a u substitution. So this sometimes we call it as S1 statement must be correct for the choosing u. Here in order to get v we need to use a simple u substitution. Okay, show your work in order to ask to solve for the v. And then this question number 8, okay, we are to use IBP, integration by part, inserting the values, okay, the u, the v, this portion as we replace it in terms of t squared minus, okay, integral over v again, and du is 2t dt. So here we are left with t squared e power t squared, and actually we have done this integral of t e power t squared. Yeah, so just need to replace this value that we have found earlier into this, okay, m1, and final answer you can leave it like this, or it's better that you simplify your answer by factoring. So that we receive 5 marks. So in this case, do you see that the appropriate u is not the t cubed but t squared? Nice question, which carry 5 marks. Alright, so that's it for this first part of integration by parts. Okay, thank you.